student sued the center, saying the electric shocks he received were torture. Well, the trial came to an end Tuesday, with the two sides agreeing to a confidential settlement. Fox Undercover's Mike Beaudet broke this story. He is here now to talk with an attorney for the Judge Rotenberg Center and a parent who has a child at the school now. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Shannon. That's right. We are joined by Michael Flammey, an attorney for the Judge Rotenberg Center, and Louisa Goldberg and Corrine Watson, two parents who have children at the center right now. Mike, let me just start with you. Let's talk about the settlement. Why settle the case now? Was the center worried about losing the case?
No, this is a malpractice case. JRC has malpractice insurance, and the insurance company handled the settlement issues.
But why settle at this point in the case? Why not settle before the trial even started, before that arguably damaging video ever got out there into the public eye?
Settlement is handled by the insurance company. It was a decision of the insurance company and the plaintiff.
Do you support it?
It's their decision. We were very pleased that we had the opportunity at the trial to present the facts of this case, and it was very clear from the evidence that this treatment had worked very well in this case, and that even the plaintiff's expert testified that skin shock was the right treatment for this student.
We just heard from Cheryl McCollins, the mother of Andre McCollins, earlier in this hour. She referred to the people over at the Judge Rotenberg Center as sadists, torturers. When you look at that video of Andre McCollins being shocked repeatedly for hours, what do you see?
I know the entire school. I've been representing it for 20 years. I know all the students that are there. I've presented their cases in court. I know that they've been tried on every other treatment. I know that they engage in horrific self-abuse and aggression. They've bitten off parts of their body. They've scratched huge wounds on their body. And I know that this treatment is the only treatment that helps them, that everything else has been tried. They've been in many other facilities, and this is the only treatment. And it works extremely well. That was a difficult day. He was a difficult student. But in the end, the treatment is critically important, and it's all court approved.
Fair enough, but what you're describing, people biting off body parts, we weren't seeing that in the video of Andre McCollins. Is that a typical application of the electric shock?
No, not at all. I mean, the average student receives only about one application a week. And that was certainly the case with Andre for the student for the 7 months that he was there. But this was a difficult day. And these are the most difficult patients in the country in terms of this disorder. And no treatment works perfectly all the time. So it was a difficult day. It's not the way the treatment normally works. It's not the way JRC expects the treatment to work. But the clinicians at that time were using their best judgment to deal with a difficult situation.
Louisa Goldberg, Corrine Watson, thank you both for joining us. Louisa, let me start with you. Your son has been at the Judge Rotenberg Center for some time. Also, Corrine, your son as well. They've both undergone these electric shocks. What has it done? What effect has it had on your children?
It has given our son back his life. The quality of his life is so much better now. He can participate in activities. He comes home. He can be with us. We are not afraid of him anymore. He does not injure us anymore. He's happy, and he's not on any medicine. He was a zombie, highly over-medicated. All he could do was eat and sleep. He could do nothing, and now he's wide awake, and we're very happy with the quality of his life there.
Corrine, so many people see that video of Andre McCollins and think, what's going on at the Judge Rotenberg Center? People that aren't aware of it. When you see that video, do you see something appropriate?
See, what people don't realize, the school did not bring that treatment in, the parents did. See, this is an unknown fact. I was one of the first parents that agreed. Yes, the information was brought to the parents that this was a treatment plan that had been developed by a mother, that the only way to save her child, because medicine had failed, all clinicians had failed. She took an engineer and devised this plan. And we studied it, and we asked if we could see it. It was brought to us. We tried it before any child tried it.
And what impact has it had on your son?
On my son, it stabilized his behaviors so he could start learning, participating. He had like a 5-second attention span. It began to expand. And now he works 4 or 5 hours a day in the workshop.
Michael Flammey, legal counsel for JRC. This treatment has been controversial for years. You're well aware of that. If it's so effective, why is the JRC the only place in the entire country that uses this shock therapy?
Because it's so politically incorrect. It's the people that work in this profession, they don't want to recognize that there are a small group of people that need this treatment, that nothing else works. And it's just not politically correct to recognize that. So they want to sort of brush all these kids under the rug and just forget about them. And it takes a courageous program and a courageous staff to say, we're going to do what's best for these kids. We're not going to worry about what's politically correct. And I've talked to a lot of clinicians who say to me privately, I have kids that need this, but I can't even suggest it. I'll probably get fired. So it's these parents and this is program that are willing to put the kids' best interests at heart and do their best to help these kids.
There are renewed calls to ban this treatment. There's already a regulation passed in Massachusetts that says no new students can be subjected to it. I know the Judge Rotenberg Center plans to challenge that in court, but are you worried that this electric shock treatment will be banned?
No, there's volumes of evidence that for some students nothing else works, and the evidence is clear that you shouldn't just drug these kids into submission and just keep them chemically restrained for the rest of their life. You should try to help them with a safe and effective treatment, which is what JRC provides.
Michael Flamia, Louisa Goldberg, Corrine Watson, thank you all for joining us and giving us your perspective this morning.
Thank you.
Back to you.